everybody, and welcome to JoJo Jangles, the new podcast about the anime called, it's a JoJo. Audience, if you weren't aware, this is a spoiler podcast, so if you want to watch JoJo, which I'm sure you have if you're watching this friggin' podcast, go watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before us three losers spoil it. Today we have...
JoJo Siwa on Nickelodeon.
We have Lloyd. And of course, we have...
Boy from Overwatch.
We got Nosh. The two haha funny mans. They are gonna be the haha funny mans for this podcast. So, audience, if you're not aware, there's an anime called JoJo Siwa on Nickelodeon. And it's a really classic anime. Everybody thinks it's haha funny, and
Fighting gold.
So now we're gonna make a whole podcast on each season of this anime. I'm gonna shut up, and Nosh is gonna shut up, so Lloyd can tell us about his experience with the JoJo's.
It's a very epic anime with a lot of parts that are very cool and epic, and it's probably one of my favorite shows, and I just love it so much.
Well, Lloyd has been a long-time fan. You've read the manga?
Yeah.
Basically, he's a weeaboo. Anyway, let's talk. Nosh, you tell us about your experience with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Ja?
Tell us about...
I like JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
Shigechi deserved better.
Wait, hold up. We're only on part 1. We don't know about whoever that is.
Oh, you'll learn to like him. Anyways, so I like...
You just spoiled JoJo.
Rip my man's that boy.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Now, Lloyd has watched it many times. And, Nosh has watched it one time and is still watching it. My voice cracked. He's on part 5.
Oreo.
And me, I'm a newbie. I just finished watching part 1, and this is what the first episode's gonna be about. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1.
Bruh.
Hey, shut up. This is the best part I've ever seen.
Yeah, because you've only seen part 1, you...
Bro, you just said the whole joke. You cray. So...
Okay, what I want to know, Django, is... What do you think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure opening one Sono Chino Sarane?
It's the animation in it looks amazing. Actually, it's like a mixture of CGI and regular anime drawing, and it looks fresh.
Is it a bop?
It is a bop. But he's at the end. They scream JoJo like super loud or something.
JoJo.
Nice demonstration there, Lloyd.
And that's on my end. I have fucking...
It's super loud. And I have to turn it down every time that part comes up in the theme song.
Sorry, guys. I just had fighting gold on my fucking end of the...
Oh, he's gone. Whoops. Oh, he already lost a man. Oh, fuck.
Man down.
Oh, shit. Nosh. Where'd he go?
We can take this time for you to be uninterrupted while, breaking down the plot for us.
I want to talk about the theme song, which we were on.
Okay.
I have to tell you guys, I'm very disappointed by the theme song.
Bro, how?
Because the first episode didn't have a theme song, if I remember correctly. And in the second one, they do have a theme song, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And then the third one also had a theme song, but I didn't pay much attention. The fourth one shows events that happened in the third one. But I was confused because I was like, wait, was this back in the second one? Were these scenes shown in the second episode of the series? That would have been crazy. They spoiled their own show. No, but about to tell you why I'm disappointed, okay? So, when I noticed, they changed it, huh? They changed the theme song for that episode. So, I thought every episode will have a different theme song animated for what happened in the last episode. That would have been so cool. But then, the fifth episode came. Same animation from what happened in the third episode, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess they're gonna do it in the sixth episode battle, and then the 8th, and then the 9th one came, and hey Nosh,
I'm done.
And I realized they don't animate the theme song for every episode, and I cried because I thought that would be cool. I would be like, wow, what a good series. They took so much effort that they made a different theme song for each episode to show what happened in the last episode. That would have been whack. But no, we get the same shot of Dio Brando turning into a vampire and getting gunned down by the police 50,000 times.
I like that.
Or 9 times, I guess.
You're retarded.
Shut up, Lloyd.
You're retarded. That's so stupid. That's like too much effort, bro.
But I would have loved the series more than I would have, Lloyd. I would have loved the series like you do, but clearly my expectations are too high for this anime.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Oh God. Okay, so anyway, I was hoping that this series would have much more attempt, but clearly you guys don't think the same. So, you guys want to go over the plot, and you guys want to talk about
after the events of part 1. This takes back place. The next thingy. It takes us to the year 19...
Wait, hold on. Why are we talking about part 2? We need to talk about part 1.
On part 1, man.
We're still on part 1, dude.
Oops. When are you gonna watch part 2?
Well, this podcast episode's about part 1, and I'm gonna start part 2 after this podcast. So
JoJo.
So
here, I'll go over the entire plot.
No, let me do it. Let's do it together as friends and say what we dislike.
No, let's see who's better his version. Or
Fuck
wait, whose
you.
version is better?
No,
wait,
let me do it first, because I'm the supreme gentleman, milady. So, everyone, part 1 starts off with... Hey, Nosh, I swear to Jeebers, I'm going to rape you in the booty. Anyway.
Yeah, just mute him. Oh my gosh.
Part 1 starts off with a young boy, Dan, named, of course, JoJo. But no, it doesn't start off with him yet. It starts off with an old boy, Dan. Old boy Daniel, some may call him. So, old boy Daniel, he finds a dead body, and the dead body's alive. Oh shit, oh fuck. And the dead body's the Joestar's father, Jonathan Joestar's rich daddy. And the mom's dead. Her mask is there. And then, of course, everyone loves Mr. Old Man for saving him from death. Years later, Old Man has a son named Dio Brando. Dio Brando goes in with them. He kicks a dog, and he hates Jonathan Joestar. I will defeat Jonathan Joestar and steal his fortune. So Jonathan Joestar's like, hey, I don't like you too much. I'm a gentleman, you hear? And his dad talks to him about being a gentleman and shit. And, you know, that's his character arc, to become a gentleman. He fights for a girl. He goes, and they grow up. And they hate each other. They kill the Dio kills the doggo and kisses his girlfriend. And then Mr. Jonathan Joestar is angry. And then years later, him and Dio are playing football, soccer.
Fortnite.
Yes, they're playing Fortnite. And everyone thinks they love each other. But no, if only anyone knew the truth behind Jonathan.
Actually, they were playing rugby, but okay.
Whatever, British people, yeah, they are British. It's in England in the 1800s, by the way, if people are unaware.
1880, I think. I don't know.
Oh, not Lloyd's God. So, I'm gonna tell you guys a tragedy.
What happened to me was a tragedy. I don't have to be a billionaire. I got a sweet deal going on here. Got a power cord,
you, Nosh, you know what I'm about to talk about? The scene, we're on the second episode.
What?
Say it with me, so... Of course, suddenly, the dad gets sick, and Jonathan and Mr. Dio Brando have to take care of the dad. And, of course, Jonathan and Dio used to hate Jonathan, and Jonathan's still kind of unsure. Oh, does Dio hate me now still? Oh, no. So then, he sees, oh, shit, Dio's been giving him his medicine. So he's like, Dio, bitch, the fuck you doing? Are you poisoning my daddy? And then Dio's like, hey, I don't know, am I? Long story short.
Is this the episode where he says I reject my humanity?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Because it's been a while since I've seen part 1.
Yeah, exactly. So, Dio and Jonathan are angry at each other, so Jonathan, he goes to England and gets gang raped. And that's where you meet the lad Speedwagon, bro.
Speedwagon's a thief, right? And he's trying to steal JoJo.
Yeah, he's like British, and he has a hat.
Well, that's because that's the dub.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but I like the dub because they make the characters sound like they're from where they're supposed to be.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But Speedwagon's a good old boy.
I just think it's neat.
It's neat.
Yeah, I just really think I just think it's neat.
I think it's neat too. So Jonathan, he goes up. He's like, "Hey, yo, you suck, boy." And of course, Mr. Senor Speedwagon says, "Oh, I respect you now." So they best friends forever. You know that won't last long. So
I reject my humanity.
okay, this part's very confusing because I forgot what exactly happened. But JoJo gets some medicine, father's dying, and then like the mask. Dio finds the mask, and he's like, "Hey, that's a cool mask." Then he becomes a vampire, right? Like, what exactly happened? It's been a while. Please help me.
What happens? Doesn't he like get punched in the face?
Yeah, he
And
gets.
then the blood gets
Yeah,
spilled onto the
like
mask?
okay, basically Dio becomes a vampire. He goes back to freaking the mansion. He kills the dad. He straight up kills the dad. He comes back. Mansion Kai goes on fire, bro. Goes on fucking fire, and like, of course JoJo's angry. They have a duel to the death.
Oh, on God.
Oh, on God, bro. And that's the beginning of Dio and JoJo. They're angry. So, Speedwagon and Dio go on a epic journey. And they meet a guy who punches frogs and, like, mends bones, bro. He has this... what was it called? It's called What was it? Harmon or something. Yeah, you know, Mystic Force that every anime has. But they have to name it something else. So he has that. He punches a frog, and they're like, "Oh, Italian man, we want to be you." And Italian man's like, "Hey, yo, I'm Zeppeli." So they all become a trio. Trains JoJo a little bit, you know, training, you know, generic.
I forget. Does Speedwagon get Hamon?
I don't think I think Speedwagon's like his main trait is that he's the sidekick. That's cowardly. There's a bunch of stuff. After that, Estella comes back, the girl that JoJo's in love with. They only get like the first episode together, and then that one scene in this episode, and then comes back at the end. So what a wonderful romance, am I right? So JoJo's back in action. He's gonna defeat Dio. Dio's becoming a evil vampire man. He makes a woman eat her own baby by turning her into a vampire. When she asks, she says, "Hey, I don't want my baby to turn into a vampire." And he's like, "Hey, I won't let him die. You just have to become a vampire." And she's like, "Okay, you won't let him die?" He's like, "Yeah." And he turns her into a vampire and she eats the baby. So that was a disturbing scene. What you think about that, Nosh? Did you think it was a yay or a nay?
When he made the girl eat her baby.
How did that make you feel?
I kind of was just like, bruh.
Wow, very descriptive. So anyway, they fight Jack the Ripper, who becomes a vampire, and he has knives coming out of him. You know, because this is not even gonna explain it. I'm not even gonna try. It's just
kind of like,
you know,
just a Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. You know, he has knives coming out of his body. You know, that happens. So after that, they fight some more vampire. They take like 4 episodes to defeat 2 knights. Elizabeth. They fight him. Takes a while, and then we got something sad. A tragedy, I tell you. The first knight goes down in honor on the hands of JoJo. Anja. So the second vampire knight is huge. He's humongous. They eventually end up also a small boy's there. It's very uninteresting, and his character arc is very forced. And you know, Speedwagon, by the way, his main thing is that he shouts what's happening in the fight while it happens. Like, he's always on the sideline saying, "Oh my goodness, Master JoJo's now using his Uchachi Bang Bang Shebang now. And now, fucking Dio's gonna use his Vampire Sucky Suck. Oh, what a tragedy!" And that's what Speedwagon does in this entire show. In fact, at least in part 1. So, what a valuable asset to the team. So, Zeppeli comes up. Ends up with JoJo with a chain around his neck, and the giant knight with a chain around his neck, and they're at a big old thing. This is a tragedy, Nosh. Zeppeli comes up, and he's ready to fight the giant. You want to tell the audience what happens? You want to tell the audience about Zeppeli, the Italian man who punches frogs?
Zeppeli dies.
Well, you could go more in the description than that. I mean,
yeah, he gets fucking killed. Something about the Zeppeli family. You know, just a food for thought. Bruh.
Wow, you're...
Don't worry.
What a haha funny man side host. Where is Lloyd? He abandoned us. How could he? So is there a Zeppeli bloodline?
Yes.
Really? But
Yes.
he got split in half and turned into an old man.
Don't worry about it. That's none of your business.
You're such a bingo bopper. So, Knight's dead. They go to fight Dio. They also meet there's 3 boring people who don't do anything. I only remember once Tom Petty. One of them turns into ice and dies. They fight Dio. Oh, they fight Dio! And Dio, like, turns people cold into ice, man. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna turn you into ice. But JoJo's like, ooh, I'm gonna turn you into warm. And then they blow. He splits Dio in half. But Dio survives that. Oh no! And then, what was it? It was some sort of magic hoodoo shenanigans. They burn Dio and push him off a ledge. And, of course, JoJo's like, oh, Dio, I don't want you to die. We were friends. Because JoJo's a gentleman. Sad death, but this Asian dude, he steals Dio's head, and they go off on their own journey, the Asian dude. And Dio, oh, who's this? Oh, he left. Huh, everyone left the podcast. Okay, bruh. So, the Asian man steals Dio's head.
Okay, get this. So Jonathan and Arena, they're just like, let's get married.
Yeah, they only had a few scenes, but
like,
yeah.
Go fuck, Jonathan.
They're on a ship.
They're like, all right, Jonathan, let's go fuck.
Oh boy.
And then this old guy comes out and he's like, bruh.
Yo man.
And then they're like, bruh.
He's Asian. He's the Asian guy. Bruh, but like JoJo gets his friggin' Dio shoots lasers into JoJo's neck. And JoJo gets sliced through.
Wait, did they show the star birth?
The what? The star birthmark? Oh, he's gone again. Oh, hello?
Did they show you the birth of Jonathan's neck?
They don't. Yeah. So Jonathan's bleeding out. He can barely talk. They find a little baby boy whose parents died. The vampires are taking over. The engine's busting open of this ship, and with JoJo's last effort, he throws his wife into an indestructible coffin with the baby, and then he becomes a gentleman and hugs Dio, his mortal enemy, in his last dying moments. And he finally became the gentleman he wanted to be from the beginning. And him and Dio's head, they die together in a fiery pit.
Not even the saddest death. I'm crying.
It really is a tragic tale.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
This is basically JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, and it's just the start of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's a real tragedy what happened to Jonathan Joestar.
What happened to me was a tragedy.
I have no idea what's gonna happen after this part.
Well, you want me to? Okay, how about this? I'll not spoilers, but just like what you open up with.
Sure, I know it goes into America.
Kind of. So you open up in like 1939, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the Speedwagon Foundation. From not being a thief, from being a nice gentleman.
Oh my God! Everyone's becoming a gentleman. I love it. Oh my God.
He's a business owner. He's like a millionaire, or a billionaire probably.
Man, I can't say. I feel like I don't want to watch part 2 because this is a full Greek tragedy. I tell you, Notch. It's a full story. We gotta Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 structure. And
anything in part 1 was a tragedy. Oh boy. It gets really sad near the end of the
Don't even do that to me, Soldier Boy. Cause this is a tragedy, if you know what I mean.
Introduced to the new JoJo and the new Zeppeli.
There's a new Zeppeli too? Damn.
Yeah.
I don't think I want a new Zeppeli.
He's the better Zeppeli. Honestly, part 2 is better than that's all.
But part 1 has classic characters such as Random Boy They Find.
I mean, does that even compare to Smokey the Black Guy?
Smokey the Black Guy? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's this black guy that the ninja tries to steal from him.
What?
Does.
I guess we're gonna look forward to Smokey the Black Guy. I guess he's gonna be the thumbnail for part 2 or something. Is he funny though?
The first thing he does upon meeting the new JoJo is try to steal his wallet.
Wallet.
Then JoJo uses his hormone skills.
Hormone. Man, I can't wait to watch it for Smokey.
So this has been the Goosebumps.
It's the JoJo Jangles podcast. The Goosebumps podcast. This has been the JoJo Jangles. Hopefully next time we will have Lloyd, and he won't leave us in the middle. I guess he had something to do. Soldier Boy. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter at Jerry Jingo. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube. Don't forget to follow my second channel. And also, don't forget to masturbate daily. Keep the spirits high. Keep on JoJoing. Keep on JoJoing. Oh my god, JoJo.